Moving on then, a new analysis by Harvard economist Jason Furman has delivered a striking picture of how the world's major economies have fared in the years since the COVID-19 pandemic. While India stands out dramatically using inflation-adjusted GDP data from 2019 to the third quarter of 2025. The study even shows India not only recovering from the pandemic shock, but even pulling decisively ahead of global peers, which includes the US, China, the Eurozone and Russia. Well, let's first bring up the chart, which is a comparative chart which tracks each economy's real GDP relative to its pre-pandemic trend. The results are stark. While most countries continue to operate below where they would have been without COVID, India has broken past its earlier trajectory and continues to accelerate. According to the Harvard analysis, India began its turnaround from a steep contraction in 2020, regained its pre-COVID trend line by 2022. Thereafter, it maintained consistent upward momentum through 2024. However, by mid-2025, India is shown rising roughly 5% above its earlier trend. That's a distinction no major economy has matched till now. The study attributes India's sustained outperformance to structural strengths than temporary post-pandemic rebounds. India's expansion of digital infrastructure, investment-friendly reforms, and relatively stable macroeconomics have created an environment where domestic consumption and private investment can keep driving growth. The contrast with the other economies is notable, especially after 2020, when the focus was on public health. China continues to feel the effects of prolonged COVID restrictions and even property sector stress. The Eurozone, which saw the deepest contraction during the pandemic, remains well below its peers. Russia's output stays depressed under the weight of conflict-related disruption. Even the United States, for that matter, has not regained its earlier pace. Furman's findings align with the assessments of the multiple global rating agencies, the World Bank and the IMF, who expect India's strong growth to continue into 2026. And together these indicators underscore a clear message, and that is, in a world that's still grappling with after effects of the pandemic, India has emerged as the most resilient major economy.